watching The 7 from WATE 6 on your side.
Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. And topping the list, flooding. After several days of rain, communities across East Tennessee continue to deal with excess water and flooding. As a matter of fact, you're looking at pictures from Panther Creek State Park in Morristown, where rainwater made some roads inaccessible earlier today. Matter of fact, let's take a moment right now and turn to Michael Loudon over in the Storm Center to get a look at what we can expect tonight. And Michael, the big question is there more rain on the way?
Yes, Bo, more rain is certainly on the way. It's a little quiet outside right now, which of course is a good thing as it has been pretty rainy, but we are continuing our weather aware as we're expecting more rain for the overnight. And again, we still have that risk for some flooding. Here's a look outside right now into West Knoxville. Again, roads finally beginning to dry up a bit. We haven't seen rain at least for the past couple of hours. We could see a few showers this evening, but again, the bulk of the rain looks to come mainly after midnight. Could be locally heavy at times. Flooding will be possible for most of our area, including southeast Kentucky. There is a flood watch in effect through about the midday hours tomorrow. The areas that are seeing those boxes that are flashing, those are some flood warnings that are currently in effect for some rivers. Right now we're into those upper 50s to near 60 degrees, so not too cool just yet. Storm Tracker 6, notice we have that cold front out to the west. As that pushes to the east, we'll start to see increased rain chances into our forecast once we look ahead into the overnight. On our timeline forecast, again, notice as we look ahead into this evening, mostly dry. Notice the rain starts to develop right before midnight. I'll talk more about what to expect for tomorrow and have a look at the weekend and also what's to expect into next week. That's all coming up.
All right, Michael, sounds good. We'll check back with you. Next here in the Big 7, many roads in Union County were unrecognizable today, leaving drivers with really two choices: turn around or take a risk and drive through. Well, Michelle Leach is the pharmacist in charge at Oakey's Pharmacy, and she says as she was on her way to work, well, she was battling between those two options herself.
Of course, it was interstate the whole way until I got to Clinton, and then I come through Big Ridge, I come Hickory Valley, and so I was like, I mean, it was bad.
You know, that water also meant a slow day for business, with a lot of customers only heading out if they had to. We should note officials are recommending everyone stay home if possible if you live in some of these flood zones. But if you have to be out on the roadways, just remember to turn around if you come across any flooded areas. Now, we also received this video from Sevier County Vice Mayor Brian McCarter. Take a look. He points out just how last night's additional heavy rain will bring drainage flooding to flood-prone areas of the county, like this typical drainage flooding area on Ernest McMahon Road. Now, we should note areas like this should be draining out by this time, but it is important to remain cautious as you drive. And there was a similar picture in Knox County, which caused Carnes High School to close its doors today. Our crews took this video on Byington-Solway Road after the closure was announced earlier this morning. And remember, you can stay up to date on weather conditions where you are with our free weather app. To download it, just scan your screen or search Knoxville Weather in the App Store or in Google Play. Our next Big 7 story, Ukraine under attack. Russia has launched a full-scale assault on the country with missile strikes hitting cities, and troops are flooding in across the border. Dozens are now dead after strikes from Russian forces. Ukraine says it will fight back, and world leaders are rushing now to respond with sanctions. Now, the president says the U.S. and allied countries will put new restrictions on major Russian banks, impose controls on exports, and sanction elite families.
Putin chose this war, and now he and his country will bear the consequences. And Putin's aggression against Ukraine will end up costing Russia dearly, economically and strategically. We will make sure of that.
An additional 7,000 U.S. soldiers are being deployed to Germany to reinforce the NATO presence there, but those troops will not enter Ukraine. The president also says the U.S. will release oil from reserves as conditions warrant. That's part of what he says is an effort to keep the sanctions from really impacting gas prices here at home. And speaking of gas prices, our next Big 7 story shows us how Russia's invasion into a country more than 5,000 miles away from us can impact your wallet here at home. The current conflict has a global security expert at UT's Baker Center on high alert. Krista Wiegand explains that we could see an increase in bread prices as we import much of our wheat from Russia, as well as minerals, metals, and machinery that are used in American factories to make American goods. And of course, gas prices, as we mentioned, as Russia controls 10% of global oil production.
So this is a pretty significant situation here. This is not like another war in a faraway land. This is Europe. This is a major power, Russia, which has been a rival of the United States and NATO for 70 years.
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle support strong sanctions against Russia. Now, these sanctions are meant to cost Russia, but will also cost the country imposing them. The length of those sanctions will also determine the impact on the global stock market and the price at the pump. And we should note the U.S. military is not physically in this fight, but many troops are in Poland assisting other NATO countries and Ukrainian refugees. Our next Big 7 story takes us to an officer-involved shooting in Loudon. The Loudon County Sheriff's Office says investigators are continuing now to look at what led to an officer-involved shooting today near Malibu Boats. LCSO spokesperson Matt Fagiana says the shooting did not occur in the building, and the only person injured was the suspect. Now, we are still working right now to learn who fired the shot. Of course, we'll update you as we learn more. And we also have an update on another officer-involved shooting that happened in Blount County Tuesday afternoon. 28-year-old Robert Pikey was identified now as the man who was killed. TVI says everything started when a Blount County Sheriff's Office deputy was responding to reports of a suspicious person with a knife behind a home along Wildwood Road. Now, Pikey was then shot and taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The deputy, by the way, was not hurt in the incident. Next in the Big 7, we're getting to see specifics of Governor Bill Lee's education funding overhaul. Lawmakers wanted to move from a district-centered model to a student-centered one, and after meetings across the state and months of planning, here's what they've come up with. It's called the Tennessee Investment in Student Achievement, and this is the formula for dividing up which counties get what amount of public school money. Now, it starts with a base amount per student, then adds on more money depending on what needs a student has. Then direct funding for special programs and outcomes funding. That's bonus money for meeting certain performance goals. Today, Governor Lee and Education Secretary Penny Schwinn offered assurances that districts would get more money than under the current system, and their counties would not have to send more money to the state for another 4 years.
We are making sure that parents understand that their child is receiving the funding for their public education based on their child's unique needs, whether that's concentrated poverty, a disability, a rural school. Individual needs will have individual funding decisions around it.
There's also money in the plan for districts that see rapid growth or a rapid need for new infrastructure, and the state says this plan will add support staff like counselors and school nurses. And after facing legislative delays, the governor and education commissioner will finally pitch the new education funding formula next week. The delay over Governor Lee's voucher proposals forced the governor to push back releasing exact details of their new school funding formula, but we know a large part of that is increasing the number of publicly funded charter schools. And rounding out the Big 7 for us tonight, a Fountain City shop owner is fed up with thieves. Today, Gina Vaughn walked us through her shop, Vintage Etc. on Tazewell Pike. She pointed out trinkets and treasures that you'll only find there. But she says some of these pieces that make the store so special have now been swiped by thieves. Most recently, a bird bath was taken.
I can't replace it. It was a $75 bird bath. And I know that don't sound like a lot to people, but with the commission the store keeps, I would have to sell almost $1,000 worth of items to make that $75 back for the store.
What makes the situation even tougher, Gina has to put items outside, which helps draw more people inside the store. Well, for now, she's thinking about stopping those outdoor displays and hoping people grasp the magnitude of taking what's not theirs.